set hockey. Was it important for you as a coach for you to adjust your system for the players you have, or is it important for the players to kind of adjust their system?
No, I mean, you obviously have to put a system in place that maximizes the talent that you have. Like I mentioned a little bit before, originally when I got to Vancouver, we were a more defensive-oriented team because our skill level wasn't as high. Our players hadn't developed into the players that they have become now. So as they got better, as we improved our roster and got a little bit more skilled, we went to obviously a more offensive game. And right now, I feel here in New York, in talking with the people around the management, that our skill base is pretty solid. So really looking forward to this opportunity.
Lloyd Carroll, Queens Chronicle. Alain, given the plaudits and the fact you're in high demand and what you did with Vancouver, why do you feel the Canucks did not retain your services?
Well, that's a question you should ask them. I do want to say, though, that I love my time in Vancouver. It's a first-class organization. It's a real passionate market that I had 7 great years. I've turned the page on that chapter of my life, and I'm opening a new chapter here in New York, and I'm as anxious as I was the first day that I got to Vancouver.
Yeah, Glenn, Andrew over here. Is it too early to say yet whether you expect either Mark Messier or Brad Richards to be a part of this organization next season?
Well, I think it's early. I talked about Mark earlier, and any of the player decisions that we're going to make, they'll come up in the next couple of weeks. I don't think this is the appropriate place to talk about player decisions. So it's a day for AV, and I think we'll stick to the coaching.
Alain, Bud Mishkin from New York One. Welcome to New York. Understanding you're talking about the offense and understanding that you've been paying attention to the Canucks and what they've been doing over the last few years and not what's going on with the Rangers, but they have struggled offensively. Do you think you need to have a discussion with Henrik Lundqvist about that, and that because the offense might be changing, he no longer might need to win a lot of 1-0 and 2-1 games?
Well, first of all, I'm going to talk to all my players. I mean, that's part of my responsibility, and I want to get to know this group and get to know their thoughts on their game, and I especially want to get to know them. I mean, you've got to know your players and understand where they're coming from to get the best out of them. But as far as the way we're going to play, like I said before, we're going to play the right way, and playing the right way is a combination of offense and defense. You can't just play offensive hockey. You got to be able to defend. And you look at the best teams in the NHL, and they play well at both ends of the rink. So when I say our team is going to play the right way, that's what I mean. We're going to play well at both ends of the rink.
Glenn, over here in the middle, Tara Sullivan from the Bergen Record. Both you and ownership were complimentary, obviously, of Coach Tortorella, but you did decide to move on. Is it fair to sort of characterize this selection of AB as like a contrasting style? Did you need to change just the type of person that was in charge of your team?
Well, I think, any time you decide to make a coaching change, it's a difficult decision, and there's a lot of great things that I liked about John. I think that we needed to make some changes just to get our offense moving in a little more of that kind of a direction. And we had a lot of discussions over the years about that, and the conclusion that I made in the end was it's time to make a change, and we've done that.
Sean Hartnett, CBS New York. This is addressed to Glenn. During his time in Vancouver, Alain was known as someone who used advanced in-house stat tracking to his advantage. Was that something that attracted you to him?
Well, I'm interested in all of that, and that's part of one of the details that we do like. We're going to be employing a few other different situations here this year that we haven't used in the past, but that certainly is one of the advantages that I think he's had.
Alain, Dennis Gorman from Metro Newspaper. Do you have a timetable as to when you're going to start reaching out to the players just to get to know them?
I would say it's a safe bet to say, like, next week is the draft, and then we have free agency. So during that time, in the next couple of weeks, I'll be reaching out to a couple of them. But our first priority right now, even the draft obviously is a priority. That these guys are well prepared. But Glenn and I are going to sit down here in the next couple of days and come up with a possible list of names that we feel could help our organization. I had the opportunity to meet yesterday some of the staff at the practice facility. I met Mike Sullivan. I spent a lot of time with Jim yesterday. So Glenn and I need to spend some time together. I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions on where we should be going, and we're going to come to an agreement on what's best for the New York Rangers.
Glenn, AV, this is Stan Fischel at MSG. I'd like both of you guys to comment on this. We're seeing a lot of the Blackhawks and the Bruins. How far or how close is this club, this Ranger club, to being in the class of these two finalists?
Well, those are two teams that I know fairly well. I think that we're in that category of teams that is real close to competing for that Stanley Cup. Both the Bruins and the Blackhawks are two great teams that, in my opinion, sort of play the right way. Like, they can defend and they can attack. And I don't know the Rangers as well right now, having not played this year against the Eastern Conference. I did get an opportunity to watch a couple of their games against the Bruins in the Stanley Cup Finals. So I think we're one of those teams that can compete for the Cup.
Yeah, I agree, Stan. I think we are as well. And if you look at our team and how we played against Boston with the two players playing with virtually separated shoulders and a couple of guys with serious eye injuries, if maybe we had been healthy like Chicago is and like Boston is right now, we'd have given Boston a better run for the money. But I think we're close.